I did just film this entire video with the microphone off, so round two. Hey you guys, what's up? My name is Jerica Vanette and welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I'm doing a chit chat Q&A about my experience with eyebrow lamination. So I've asked you guys to ask me some questions on my Instagram story and I have them written down here on my notes app. So let's get started. Okay, so the first couple of questions I got makes me kind of feel like people don't understand what eyebrow lamination is. They've asked, how is it different than microblading and does it hurt and what is eyebrow lamination? So to answer the questions, it's different from microblading because it's not a tattoo at all. The only thing that goes on your skin is the brow dye and that will fade in 8 weeks, so it's not permanent. It doesn't hurt. It didn't hurt me at all. The only thing that hurt obviously was like the eyebrow waxing, but I'm pretty used to that considering I have some bushy brows and your girl gets waxed probably once a month at least. The only thing I can imagine hurting is maybe if you had really sensitive skin, maybe the products could irritate your brows, but other than that, I can't really see how it would hurt. Okay, and this last question is, what is eyebrow lamination? So I'm just quickly gonna talk through the process of brow lamination before I keep going with the questions. So the girl was telling me that there's 3 different solutions that they use. The first solution is a relaxer, and it kind of breaks down the bond of your hair and your eyebrows, and you brush the brows up where you want them to sit, and it kind of just relaxes them into that position. And then they put a piece of cling wrap on to set it in place. After that, they'll take the cling wrap off and wipe off that first layer. And then the second solution that they put on is I don't really know what it's called, but it kind of closes off the bond and it sets the brow hair where you've brushed it. So for me, they brushed the brow hairs straight up, then they put on a cling wrap, took it off, wiped that off, put on the second solution to set the brows to be straight up. Then they trimmed my eyebrows, tweezed my eyebrows, waxed them, and then put on a brow dye. They let the brow dye sit in my eyebrows for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then they wiped that off and then put on a third solution, which is the brow nourishing treatment. And it just sort of makes sure that your eyebrow hairs don't get too damaged in the process and they go back to normal. So I hope that answers that question. And the reason I know so much about that is because when I was getting my eyebrows done, the girl that was doing my brows was actually training a different girl at the same time. So she was kind of talking through the process, and that's also why I have so many behind the scenes clips that I'm going to insert into the video so that you guys can see it being done on my brows. The next question is, where did you go and how long did it take? So I went to a place in Mooloolaba on the Sunshine Coast and it's called Coco Lashes and Brows, and they were really, really good, very professional. It was a very calming environment. Felt very fancy when I walked in there. So I would definitely recommend them if you're looking for a place to get your brows or your lashes done. Oh, and it took me about 1.5 hours, but as I said, the girl was talking through the whole process to the girl that she was training. So I don't know if it would normally take 1.5 hours or maybe just an hour, but it's around that time frame. Why did I get it done? So the reason I personally got it done is because I have really stubborn, unruly brow hairs. Like they just go wherever they want to. So my whole life I've had a cowlick in the front of this eyebrow, and I've also had a cowlick in the arch of this eyebrow that dips down. And you can kind of see that in the before photos, but it's not as obvious in the photos as it is in real life. And no matter what you do, you could brush them with brow gel and they would always just go back to that formation, no matter what I did. So I was like, maybe if I get brow lamination, it will make all of... If you can hear noises in the background, it is my cat. Chloe. I got it done because I thought I might be able to tame those cowlicks, and it actually worked really well. Who knows how long it will last for, but it's been a week so far and they're looking pretty good. And yeah, that's the main reason I got it done. Other reasons people can get it done is if you have really fine eyebrow hairs. By brushing all the brow hairs up, it creates that really full and fluffy effect. But because I have such naturally thick eyebrows, that's not really why I wanted to get it done. I just thought I would give you guys a little close-up update. So this is my eyebrow hairs brushed down, which is how I would usually wear them. But the whole point of eyebrow lamination is you're supposed to be able to brush them into any direction you want and they should stay there. So I'm just gonna brush my brow hairs up to show you what it would look like. And this is if you have really thin eyebrows. This is how you can make them look really full, thick, and fluffy. That's an example of them brushed up. That's an example of them brushed down. Since my eyebrows are naturally thick, I don't really like the appearance of them brushed up. But just to show you guys that it does work. You can brush them into any direction that you want and they will stay there. The next question is it permanent? And no, it's not permanent. I think I stated it earlier in the video, but it can take about 8 weeks for your eyebrows to go completely back to normal, but that depends on how quickly your hairs grow. So since my hair does grow really quickly, both on my head and in my eyebrows, I feel like it will probably take about 6 weeks for the brow dye and the solutions to wear off. And were you scared to get it done? I wasn't scared to get it done because, as I just said, it's not permanent. So I was like, I might as well try just to see if it works. If it doesn't work, then whatever. I wasted some money, but it's not like I did any harm to myself. And it ended up working, which I'm actually pleasantly surprised with. So no, I wasn't scared. However, when they handed me the mirror at the very end, I looked at it and I was like, wow.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
That's a transformation, because I didn't know what else to say, because holy shit. My eyebrow hairs were like dark, like black, and like this thick. They took about half of my forehead, and I was like, I look insane. And she was like, don't worry, like I know that they're really bold and thick now and really dark, but the brow dye is gonna fade in about 2 to 3 days, and once you've hit the 24-hour mark, you're allowed to brush your hair into whatever direction you like. So the only reason that they were so thick is because all of my brow hairs were brushed straight up. And then she asked me not to get my brows wet for 24 hours. And then after the 24 hours, I just took a like disposable spoolie and brushed them back to normal. So after about 3 days, I've gotten completely used to them, and I think they look pretty normal now. How much did it cost? So I'm sure that the price varies depending on where you go, but because I decided to go with somewhere that was really reputable, I went to Coco Lashes and Brows, and it costed me $130. And that service includes a brow lamination, a wax, a trim, a tease, a brow tint, and it says here a brow massage, but your girl didn't get a brow massage, so she got ripped off. So yeah, I think it was really worth the money, especially because when I left, my eyebrows looked like full and thick, but like perfect. Like the shape of them was like so symmetrical on both sides, and you can tell that they really put the time and the effort in, and they were very detail oriented. And I also know that if you get maintenance on them, so you can get maintenance every 4 to 8 weeks, I think it is, it's only $95 each time you go back, which is still expensive. So I probably won't get it done all the time. It's more of like a special occasion thing. Like if I have something coming up in a few weeks, I'll probably get brow lamination because it makes my eyebrows sit like perfectly rather than all like this. Did it make your eyebrows feel weird? Oh, kind of. So on my face, like when it's like my face touching my eyebrow, it doesn't feel weird, if that makes sense. Like it feels completely normal unless you run your finger over it. And in that case, it kind of just feels like more coarse or like more thick. Kind of like I have hairspray in my eyebrow is like the only way that I could describe it. But I hadn't really noticed until just then, so. And lastly, would you get it done again? I would get it done again, but as I just said, I probably won't get it done all the time just because $95 like every 8 weeks is pretty expensive and your girl's broke. But I probably will get it done every once in a while just for like a special occasion, if I have a wedding coming up or, you know, whatever it may be. I'll get it done just because it's easier than trying to fill in my own eyebrows and disguise all of my like calyx and weird hair patterns. It's just easier to get them done and not have to worry about them. So yeah, that was all the questions that you guys asked me, so I hope that I answered them for you. Thank you so much for submitting them. If you have any more questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments down below and I will be sure to respond to you. I don't know why I'm talking so much with my hands. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and I will see you in the next one. Until then, enjoy the adventure. Bye.